Hi guys, quick update. Japan successfully lands robot rovers on an asteroid surface. Now, whether you believe in asteroids or not, I don't know, but I'm bringing you the report anyway. You can think of an asteroid as a star if you'd like. I think that's what the Bible is referencing when it's talking about the great star falling from heaven down into the waters. Um, if that's the case, then a great star, 1 kilometer in diameter, I think that could be termed as a great star if you're talking about an asteroid in that way. But I want to drill down into it a bit more because the rovers that Japan sent to this asteroid, or the rover, is called, or the asteroid, sorry, is called Ryugu. And Ryugu translates as Dragon Palace. So already I'm looking into it a bit further. The actual rover they sent is called Hayabusa, and that is the Japanese word for falcon. And falcon represented, or is symbolic in Egyptian, of the rising sun. So putting those two together, they sent the rising sun, the Hayabusa rover, to the Dragon Palace, the Ryugu asteroid. And then they released smaller hopping robots, two of them. There's four in total, apparently, and they released two, which are named Minerva. And Minerva, the Roman goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare. So they sent the rising sun to the Dragon Palace and released wisdom and strategic warfare. That's how the names break down into their meanings. Now, obviously, I think that's all connected to the possible illusion that may come about in terms of something blocking out the sun. Or it could be that they actually plan to bring about a real world event, mimicking the great star burning from heaven falling into the waters. If that's the case, then it makes me think about the asteroid's composition, because they say it's a dark object of the rare spectral type CG. And basically, spectral type is referring to its, I'll break it down to its basics, its ability to be seen. So essentially, without light shining on it, it's invisible, almost. Very hard to see. So if it was to cross in front of the sun, for example, it would then be seen quite clearly. And whether that would be real or whether that would be an illusion, I'm not that confident on that anymore, because it's clear in the Bible that there's a reference to a great star falling, but that could be part of the deception, where it's just an illusion of this great star falling and then nuclear explosions underwater to replicate the impact. I'm going to do a bit more research on that, but so far it looks suspicious. Rising sun, Dragon Palace, wisdom and strategic warfare, all connected together, maybe suggesting that this asteroid or star is going to be part of some form of strategic warfare, possibly impacting the ocean, real or faked, resulting in chaos. We know what comes from, we don't know because we haven't experienced it in our lifetimes, but we can imagine what the results of such an impact would be, whether that would be a real impact or faked by nuclear detonations. So that's one topic. Then I just wanted to address Yellowstone quickly, because there's a dormant spring that has erupted near Old Faithful, and that occurred today at the same time as we had another eruption of Steamboat Geyser. Now clearly Yellowstone is showing signs of activity, but of course the officials are going to tell you it's just normal. Who's going to want to cause panic? If this thing erupts, 3 states are in trouble straight away, the entire continent is in trouble shortly afterwards, and the whole globe is in trouble not long after that. So something of that magnitude would obviously cause fear, panic. People would buy out the shops and everything like that, and the social structure would break apart, martial law. Eventually that would happen, but I don't think they're ready for that yet. So, Steamboat Geyser, historically, it has erupted quite a few times in 1964, but that's the only recorded time where it erupted more than once, up to 29 times. The rest of the times it's only erupted once, and that was on June the 4th, 1990, October the 2nd, 1991, May the 2nd, 2000, April the 26th, 2002, September the 13th, 2002, March 26th, 2003, April 27th, 2003, October 22nd, 2003, May 23rd, 2005, July 31st, 2013, and September the 3rd, 2014. Now we're in 2018, and Steamboat Geyser has erupted 20 times already, and the year has not yet ended. So we're looking at March 15th, April 19th, April 27th, May 4th, May 13th, May 19th, May 27th, June 4th, June 11th, June 15th, July 6th, July 20th, August 4th, August 22nd, August 27th, September the 1st, September the 7th, September the 12th, September the 17th, and today, September the 24th. So clearly there's a lot of eruptions taking place, and over the last, since August the 27th, that was a watch day, I remember that. Since then, the Steamboat Geyser has erupted within the spaces of 5, 6, or 7 days. So if that pattern holds, 5, 6, or 7 days later, we're looking at either the 29th, the 30th, or the 1st of October, if this is going to erupt again, if it's staying with this new pattern that it's got of erupting in this shorter time period. Of course, it could stop and stay for 18 days, 21 days, could go back to years, but we'll keep a watch on it. But having the dormant spring erupt near Old Faithful, and having the Steamboat Geyser erupt today as well, having erupted 20 times this year so far, you have to consider the other reports as well. In July, 153 earthquakes in a giant swarm hit the Yellowstone volcano, and obviously there's been hundreds of earthquakes since then. And the Yellowstone uplift that was detected in May had the officials scrambling to, tell us, oh no, it's not going to erupt anytime soon. But that also occurred on the same day as the 7th Steamboat Geyser eruption. So those two events occurred kind of simultaneously together, suggesting something is moving underneath Yellowstone, maybe closer to the surface than we're being told. And then we had the 100-foot crack that opened up and kind of erupted steam as well. And that was in July. So there's a lot of activity taking place in Yellowstone, but they constantly keep saying it's all normal. And it may be, because I haven't been studying Yellowstone for that long and that consistently, but to me, all these signs should not be ignored, and caution should be taken. Linked to the last report I did, the US military has responded to Russia saying it's going to put its S-300 air defense system in Syria, saying it's a concern. Obviously, the USA has assets there and allies that they'd like to protect. They do have a kind of deconfliction line with Moscow, but we're not sure if that is going to be maintained, especially with the fact that Russia is kind of blaming Israel for the downing of its Russian jet, and has thus obviously supplied Syria with S-300 air defense systems, at least publicly. I believe they were there already. But now they are also declaring essentially electronic warfare, not just on Israel, but obviously Israel being the main country affected, considering its interest in striking Iranian targets in Syria. So the Russian army are going to start jamming navigation. This includes communication, satellite navigation, and onboard radars, systems of combat aircraft. And obviously that's going to be an issue if you're wanting to launch precision strikes on Iranian targets within Syria. Therefore, you may have to engage the electronic equipment or technology directly, taking it out. As well as my thoughts being that they will most likely deploy the S-300 air defense systems near to Iranian militias. or Iranian militias will set themselves up near S-300 air defense systems, bringing the conflict between Israel and Russia, or making the conflict between Israel and Russia more likely, because obviously if Israel wants to strike Iranian targets near an S-300 air defense system that's being used by Syria to defend their airspace, then they're going to need to take out that S-300 air defense system. And even though it's being operated by Syria and Russia, it belongs solely to Russia. And I don't think they're going to take too kindly to that. In this report, it does say something to that effect. So definitely have to keep an eye on what's going on there. In regards to the Russian jamming of the electronic equipment, it says here that Israel may have to turn to the United States for assistance. So already you've got the potential for the United States being drawn into this conflict if they are going to assist Israel in combating Russian electronic jamming. We'll obviously see how all this develops. There's a lot to watch out for. I do believe that before all of this can take place, something has to happen to Donald Trump. I don't think he would be president at the time, and that could be for any number of reasons. But we'll keep an eye on it and see how it goes. I'll keep you guys updated with the information as best I can. Obviously, stay updated yourselves, because sometimes I wait to collect reports together and bring them in a more cohesive timeline to the subject I'm discussing, rather than just pushing out report after report. So, with that said, have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and may the Heavenly Father bless you.